Hey guys, it's Nurse J at Nursing the Truth. I hope everyone is having a great day. Well, here in the deep south, it is getting a little cooler, and it's been raining here, and so I missed an appointment because my garage door broke and I had to get that fixed. So I'm like, well, I'm ready, and let's just make a video. So, as usual, I have my little Sunny, Jack Russell Terrier. She's in my lap right now, sleeping away. So I thought, well, let's just talk about, some history. So let's talk about Emperor Claudius. He's the emperor that reigned from AD 41 to AD 54. He was right after Caligula. Now, some interesting facts about Claudius is, he was in the Julio-Claudian family. And he also had two names, which I didn't know this until today. He adopted the name Caesar as a cognomen, as the name still carried great weight with the population. In order to do so, he dropped Nero, which he had adopted as paterfamilias of the Claudinerones, when his brother Germanicus was adopted out. Well, if you have Netflix, friends, I want you to watch a show called The Roman Empire. It is very indicative that you watch this to know how things formed and who were the players behind the scenes and that are still running the empire to this day. Germanicus, which was Claudius's brother, and you're going to learn all of this in this show, was a great military commander, and everyone loved Germanicus. His wife and children all adored him, and the rumor on the street was that the Piso family poisoned Germanicus. So here you have Caligula, which was Germanicus' son. And Germanicus also had 3 daughters. And they had to go in hiding. And Caligula was at Tiberius's house. So anyway, you must watch the series. So Claudius was Caligula's uncle. And so when they killed Caligula, known as the madman, had sex with his sisters, got one of his sisters pregnant, and she lost the baby. Now, this was in the show, but he did have a daughter. So, moving on, just had to give you a little backdrop of how this family is. Now, his brother Germanicus was adopted out. And as Pharaoh of Egypt, so Greek conquered Egypt, Rome conquered Greek. So now Rome owns Egypt. Now, as Pharaoh of Egypt, Claudius adopted the royal name Tiberius Claudius Autocrator Hekahaku Mary Asepata Kanak and there was something, another name, I can't say it, but it says, and it means, Tiberius Claudius, emperor and ruler of rulers, beloved of Isis and Ptah, the strong bull of the stable moon on the horizon. Wow. Beloved of Isis and Ptah. But if Claudius was in the time of 41 to 54, but in our Bibles it makes us think that the Orthodox Christians were first in Antioch, which is Edessa. But we're talking about the Roman Empire. So if the Roman Empire was, quote, Christian, as we know today, then why would the emperor be saying that he is beloved of Isis and Ptah? Just thought I would throw that out there to you, and you go on your own little rabbit trail. He loved his brother very much, and I'm sure that he always had to watch his back with the Piso family. And he was very smart with his militaristic campaigns. And he was the first Roman emperor that made a signet ring with gems and a seal with gold. Now, he was a peaceful man to some degree. He wasn't like his nephew, but he restored the status of the peaceful imperial Rome provinces of Macedonia and Achaia as senatorial provinces. Under the empire, when he reigned, he had a major expansion, and he also, under the provinces of Thrace, Noricum, Lycia, and Judea, were annexed under him and put under direct rule. The annexation of Mauritania began under Caligula and was completed after the defeat of the rebel forces and the official division of the former client kingdom into 2 imperial provinces. He conducted a census in 48 CE that found 5,984,072 Roman citizens, males, women, and children, slaves, and free adult males without Roman citizenship were not counted. So there again, we have the census of the Roman citizens. He personally judged many of the legal cases tried during his reign, and he was not easily swayed. He also settled disputes in the provinces. He freed the island of Rhodes from Roman rule for their good faith and exempted Troy from taxes. Follow me very carefully. and listen to what I just said. Because there's another emperor that did that as well in the same family household. But I'm going to make another video about that, friends. Let's go back to this again and listen very carefully. Claudius also settled disputes in the provinces, like certain areas that was under Rome's rule. He freed the island of Rhodes from Roman rule. That means, ta-ta, friends. You have your own peeps. You can have your own governors, kings, queens, whatever, city councils for their good faith, and exempted Troy from taxes. Early in his reign, the Greeks and Jews of Alexandria sent him 2 embassies at once after riots broke out between the 2 communities. You see, Greek came into Alexandria, Egypt, and so they had 2 communities, the Greeks and the Jews, but wait a minute, they were Egyptians. So why don't we just go ahead and say problems with the Egyptians and Greeks, friends. And so the 2 communities broke out in a little scuttle. And so this resulted in the famous letter to the Alexandrians, which reaffirmed Jewish rights in the city, but also forbade them to move in more families in the masses. Now, according to Josephus, he then reaffirmed the rights and freedoms of all the Jews in the empire. The rights and freedoms. And King Agrippa was close to Claudius, and they made pacts together. So now, let's see what else he did that was nice. He did many public works through his reign, both in the capital and the provinces. He built 2 aqueducts, and the Aqua Claudia, which was begun in Caligula's time, and the Annu Novus. These entered the city in 52. And let's see what else he did. See, friends, you have to dig and get information about certain people and some of the lies that people tell. Because as we know, the victors write the history. The victors write slanderous things against different people. So you have to go looking for other things. Another cool thing was that Claudius was married to his niece, which was Caligula's sister, and her name was Agrippina. Religious reforms. Well, let's see what Claudius did. Claudius, as the author of a treaty on Augustus' religious reforms, felt himself in a good position to institute some of his own. He had strong opinions about the proper form of state religion. What? Did I hear state religion somewhere? Oh. Oh, okay. We're not talking about Constantine's state religion, are we, friends? We're talking about Claudius's time. He refused the request of Alexandrian Greeks to dedicate a temple to his divinity. So he said, I'm refusing. Do not make a temple to dedicate to me. He says that only gods may choose new gods. He restored lost days to festivals and got rid of many extra celebrations added by Caligula. He wanted to save money. So he reinstituted old observances and archaic language. Claudius was concerned with the spread of Eastern mysteries within the city and searched for more Roman replacements. He emphasized the Eleusinian mysteries that came out of Egypt in that area, which had been practiced by so many during the Republic. He expelled foreign astrologers and at the same time rehabilitated the old Roman soothsayers known as haruspices as a replacement. So let's hit the word haruspices. These people, going to get rid of the soothsayers, but these people, it was a person that was trained to practice a form of divination. Reading of omens, especially from the liver, is also known by the Greek term hepatoscopy. Well, that stinks, getting rid of the soothsayers. But that's his own deal. Let him do what he wanted to do. Right? Now, I lost my place. Okay, here we go. He was especially hard on Druidism because of its incompatibility with the Roman state religion and its proselytizing activities. Claudius forbade proselytizing in any religion, even in those regions where he allowed natives to worship freely. It is also reported that at one time he expelled the Jews from Rome, probably because the Jews within the city caused continuous disturbances at the instigation of Chrestus. No really proof of that. Hearsay writings. So anyway, friends, give a shout out to Claudius, the brother of Germanicus. There was a great leader. And if you read in Suetonius and Tacitus, Germanicus was very much loved by the people. He was a great man, justice for all, and humanity. And the Piso family killed him with poison while his wife and children looked on. And Germanicus even went to Egypt and looked at the wonderful pyramids and the temples and stood in awe of the great civilization that was there 5,000 years before any of those people walked the sands of time. And he stood in awe and he looked and wondered, how could we get to that greatness? how could we master and how could we have a great civilization. So friends, someone had to knock off the good guy. Correct? Like always. Until next time, Hotep and Ashe, and we'll see you shortly, guys, with another great enlightening video. Remember, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends and family about me, even if you have to watch the video with your little doggy too. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this, guys. See you soon. Goodbye.